Hello collectors, Panini, NWSL, welcome to the Hive. This is Bear with Honey Bear Cards. Today, I have a little bit of a open letter for Panini and the NWSL. This video is going to be a lot more off the cuff. I don't have too many planned remarks, but I do have a few slides here that will kind of go into our current situation and where we go from here. Firstly, I'd like to address Panini and give them a big congratulations for winning the NWSL multi-year license. I'm sure this was a big win for you, and I'm very interested to see what you do with this license in the future. But how did we start out? Oh no. I gotta say that when we heard kind of out of nowhere that Parkside had lost the license, and we started getting trickled in rumors that Panini was taking it over, there had been quite a few fears as to what that might bring. And I've got to tell you, this right here is Exhibit A and B all in one release. As you may or may not be able to see because it's kind of small on your screen there on the left, the first release there being a 33 card instant or Panini instant NWSL first look set with 33 base cards for $100, and then right underneath that you have a 33 card Panini instant first look set, which would also get you the base set plus some random parallel or autographed, and you would only have to spend another $125 more for that privilege. So let's go take a look at this little class that I'm gonna put forward here, and it is how to get started on the wrong foot with a collector base 101. And I believe this is going to be a prime example of that. The first thing being, by all means, don't include any players from the championship team from this last year. I mean, you have no Esters, you have no Rose Lavelles. I mean, who do you have here? Pretty much everyone else from all the other teams. And then just blatantly ignoring probably the biggest market in the NWSL. Now granted, I understand this is supposed to be a first look, and it's the 2026 season, not the 2025, but you have no rookies in here either. So you can't even put the rookie shield on anything to get anybody excited about any kind of chase at all. Every single one of these are base cards, and the design is, I gotta be honest with you, pretty uninspired. I mean, if it was your goal to have like a big bash coming right out the gate, I guess in my opinion this just ain't it. Then my god, the price. I don't know if Panini, you were aware exactly how much we spent on NWSL cards before now, but literally $100 is the most expensive release. That was an entire hobby box. You were guaranteed 2 autos in that, probably about 160 cards, lots of different parallels, lots of things. And some of the biggest chase ones would have been relics in that one, but you're coming out with something here that is literally 4 times more, if not even more than that, that we would similarly have gotten last year, pretty much any of the last 5 years that Parkside had the license. So it's one thing to increase your price a little bit, I guess on some respects that would be kind of understandable given that you're a bigger brand, but man alive, that is an enormous increase, and I don't see who is going to be paying for that. And to add insult to injury, $125 extra for the chance of an autograph? I mean, what exactly is it that we're trying to do here? I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, this is our first interaction, probably in several years, actually, between you and me, Panini. But I mean, $125 for that chance. I mean, you clearly don't know the customer or being able to read a room on this one. But I don't know what's worse, that or the next marketing ploy that you put in there with the Dan Patrick Show, where those guys clearly had no idea about anything with the NWSL. I took a clip here. Let's just take a look real quick.
At first, I thought these were like camping food, like sea rations back in the day.
Oh, yeah, like this is your MRE?
Yeah, my MRE. I thought we were eating like chipped beef.
Yeah.
What is this?
This is actually much better than chipped beef. Paul.
Yeah, it appears
I'm happy to tell you, Panini have signed an agreement with NWSL and NWSLPA, a multi-year trading card partnership, National Women's Soccer League. This is a big deal. This is a really big deal. All right, Riley Jackson, got her in there. These are...
I got Sophia Wilson of the Portland Thorns. Let's
She's
go.
a big deal.
Okay, I got a big deal too. Trinity Rodman.
Yo, dude,
Wow.
that's a big card
Yes.
right there.
Want to trade?
Yeah, you got Trinity.
What do you got?
Riley Tiernan.
Straight
up. And
so Riley Tiernan is a big deal.
she was like Rookie of the Year. Or something.
Yeah. Trinity Rodman's probably the biggest.
I'm gonna just
Don't make that
just
deal.
because of genetics.
Don't make that turn.
Tell me I don't know. She was Rookie of the Year.
Marvin, don't make that
Angel
trade.
City FC.
Yeah. Angel
keep
City's a pretty
I will
rad
trade
team.
you straight up, and I will give you a hat of your choice. Marvin.
Mallory Swanson right here. I think she is awesome.
Paul's got to get you a Dave Steve jersey and that trade. That's the only way that could possibly make sense. That trade.
NWSL
Danny
has
Ainsley.
actually, I think, for a league, some of the coolest names, too. Like, Angel City is awesome for Los Angeles.
Yeah.
I think Gotham City is really
love
cool
Gotham
for,
City. I love
for
Gotham
New York.
City.
That's pretty
Like
dope,
comic
dude.
bookish.
They're
Yeah.
a super
cool.
cool league.
Yep.
No doubt about
So
that.
Trinity plays for the Washington Spirit.
Yeah.
Like this, yeah.
The trend spin. I
Well,
believe that's her custom move. There's Giselle. Oh, there's Alyssa Thompson. Dude, they got some real names in here. Shout out
They
to
really
Panini.
do,
They
yeah.
really do. They got some notable names, like recognizable.
My God, that was cringe. I guess Riley Tiernan is the Rookie of the Year. Gotham City is a team name. And Trinity Rodman has some great genetics. Yikes. So, I think it would be advantageous if we actually take a look at what we had with Parkside, so you kind of have an idea of what our baseline is. That way you have kind of an idea of what a lot of people are expecting from the hobby in case of the NWSL trading cards. The first thing being that we always had two major flagship releases. That's your Dunruss level type release. Now, your hobby boxes had about 160 cards in it, and they range somewhere between $75 and $90 on a hobby box level. And every single one of them had two hard-signed on-card autos. They did have retail versions. I could pick one up at a Target store pretty easy. Each one of those would have 25 cards in it, and you'd be looking at about $10 for one of those guys. I'm just kind of averaging out through the years. And, there'd be a hard-signed autograph about every 15th pack or so. That's kind of what the average was. And then, of course, they had a mid-tier release. Previously, it was like Paramount, and then that changed to Pacific, and that's kind of what they had for the last 2 years. And that's more of your Prism level, I'd say. But those hobby boxes would be in the neighborhood of about 16 cards, and you would be spending anywhere between $60 and $90 depending on the season. And every single card was a refractor, and every single box had a hard signed autograph. and a game-used relic. So these relics not only were worn by the player, they were used in an actual match. There weren't a whole lot of parallels. You'd be in the neighborhood of 3 to 6, I would say, of the base cards. The rainbows, if you were a collector that liked to do a rainbow of a particular player, very obtainable. It could easily be done because there wasn't too many parallels to choose from. And inserts were pretty plentiful. They were awesome just on their own. And there wasn't really many parallels to speak of on those either. I mean, they stood on their own 2 feet, kind of like your Color Blasts or your, I don't want to say kabooms because you have different parallels of kabooms, but they stood on their own, and they were highly sought after by most of the people in the hobby. But most importantly, this wasn't only like a couple years worth of value that we've been getting this. We've had 5 years of this, so it's definitely a standard that the collector base of women's soccer have gotten used to. But most importantly, I mean, Parkside, their customer service was just amazing, like to a fault almost. They went so far beyond the extra mile. It was really takes you back a little bit. I know I've had some people that they were missing an autograph when they were supposed to get a guaranteed auto, and then they would get 2 or 3 in return. I've had a few missing boxes in an order of mine where I ordered I think it was 25 hangers, and I ended up getting 5 extra because they shorted me 2. I mean, that's the kind of customer service that we got. And it wasn't even like verified or anything. It was just, hey, I was missing 2 boxes from my order. It's like, okay, well, here's 5. And if I ever had a question, I know I had one about a incident that occurred, and I had no expectation that they would think I was a YouTuber or if they knew me or what have you. But I got an email from the CEO of the company the next day, explaining what's going on, and that's something you don't normally see, and it's something that's going to be hard for us to lose with this transition. But one of the things we really enjoyed is the constant innovation that they had. The whole Project Purple challenge, where I had to get 142 base cards of a single player that I was assigned by Parkside to get a pack of cards that or a pack of 2 cards that were out of 5. And, that was a ton of fun. Inside a lot of their hobby boxes, you would get a hot pack that would have 5 autographs inside. Just this last hobby box they came out with, there was such a thing as a shooting star, where if you get one of those and you put it up on Twitter or social media or what have you, they would send you a massive box of their Beechwood brand. I mean, it's stuff like that really made them a fun company to work with. So I'm not trying to say all these things like you wouldn't be able to do that, Panini. But what I'm just trying to explain to you exactly what we've had for the last 5 years, and now that we are transitioning over to your company. When we say that we're upset about the price of something or upset about a particular release, it's not out of thin air. It comes from a place of what we used to have and what we actually expect whenever we buy a pack or a box or whatever of cards. Now, it's not all bad. There are some things that do excite me about you taking over the license, and one of those things is the rated rookies. That's a nostalgic thing for me, but I realize that a lot of people that are brand new to the hobby probably don't care about that, but I feel like they will after they've seen enough of them. So rated rookies, I am kind of excited to see those. But something else that I think that both old and new would be pretty excited about is having our first case of premium product, like your Immaculate or your National Treasures and stuff like that. We haven't had those at all with Parkside yet. Judging by this last year, I feel like they were on the cusp of that. We probably would have gotten that in 2026. But now that you have the license, I know you should be able to come out with this no problem, because you've been doing it for, all the other brands that you have. But in addition to that, I'm interested to see some kabooms, some downtowns, maybe some color blasts. I'm excited for all three of those things. I think those would be pretty cool. Seeing that with an NWSL card. In fact, you know what? I'm gonna have Grok do one of these things. Give me a second here. Yeah. What do you think of that? That would look pretty cool. I know it doesn't have her correct face on there, but you get the idea. I think that would look super sick, and I'd really look forward to getting an Emma Series Kaboom. So I'm a firm believer of I don't like to just point out problems. I like to at least be able to come to the table with a solution. So my next section here is going to be on what my advice would be as a avid collector in the women's soccer community. I know a lot of these people. I don't want to necessarily speak for everybody, but I feel like I speak for quite a few with this list here. The community is currently pretty small, and Parkside was doing a great job of building it, one collection at a time. And now that you've taken it over, you're going to have to continue that slog, and it's going to take a little bit. Things like what you released already is not the way going forward. What you want to do is you want to start slow and slow. And by that I mean the first couple years you probably only want to release a few different products. You got probably Dunris 1 and 2. The second one being, after the summer transfer window, when a lot of the European players start flooding in. Maybe a Select, a Prism, so you can get some of those mid-tier products in, and then do one of those premium products. I have a feeling you'll find that there's going to be a market for those, at least on a smaller level. But you're definitely going to want to keep those prices affordable. I would probably do something on the scale of what Parkside was your first year for their flagship product. Just do a $90 hobby box, and maybe add a blaster to the whole deal at $20 for a blaster, and then some $12 hangers that we can get like at our local Walmart or Target. Just don't go full bore into extremely high price mode, because at that point you're going to turn off everyone that is here already, and I don't know how you bring in any more collectors after that. The card collecting for the women's soccer world doesn't have the same history as a baseball, football, basketball, stuff like that have been, it's been over 100 years where people have been collecting those cards. This is a infant league with a infant hobby going on with it right now. Let's start things low and slow. The next thing being, let's keep parallels to a minimum. And obviously, make sure the honeycomb is still there. Please. I need it. But in all seriousness, we do want to keep the parallels down. I mean, if you do like 6 to 10, whatever, I'll understand, but just bear in mind, even at Parkside's like out of 100 on the major players, I mean, they sell for peanuts, because there's if you have something that is numbered to 100, I mean, you're gonna exhaust the entire collector base after probably about 60, 65, and that is even on the biggest players and the biggest rookies. So you don't really need that many. And the next thing, and this is a real big one, autos really need to be hard signed. I can't express this enough. The Parkside was able to get us hard on-card autos, and they did it while making a enormous profit. So they have proven it can be done. And if you want proof, just look to your right. You can see there, those are 3 different players on 3 different teams, and every single one of them signed that card. No stickers here. Also, at a minimum, the relics should be player worn. Some of the big ones that Parkside did come out with is like the rookie ball. I would probably try to keep that going, where you have a game-used ball that ends up as part of a card. But bottom line, just continue to build the NWSL brand. And I'll be flat out honest, I was not interested at all in the NWSL until I started getting into their cards. And I did that by first being interested in the women's national team. I started collecting the women's national team cards, and then come to find out Parkside's also selling cards for a league in the United States called the NWSL. And that's how the ball starts rolling. So, bottom line is, I want to root for you, Panini. I really, really do. I really don't want this license to end up crashing and burning. But now let's take a moment to address the NWSL. And I want to start off by saying I am not mad. I am just disappointed. I am sure that Panini offered you a dump truck full of money. So on that, I can't necessarily fault you. But I am disappointed that you would cut ties with Parkside, also a fledgling company just like you, that was really coming into stride and actively promoting your brand. I mean, for goodness sake, they brought me into your brand. They brought a tremendous amount of value to your brand and gave, well, your fans something to do to interact with your product, your players, in a truly meaningful way. They have a physical, tangible piece of NWSL lore when they bought a Parkside product. Now, Panini does have a much larger marketing budget. They have been doing this for a lot longer. This is all true. But exactly how many licenses does Panini own? Do you think they have you as number 1 on their list? I mean, Parkside obviously had you as number 1 on their list of priorities. And now they have signed with your primary competitor, the Gamebridge Super League. You are going to want to watch Panini from this point going forward. See how they interact with your brand. See how satisfied the customers are buying this product. They didn't exactly disclose how long this license is. For all I know, it's like a decade, and this is going to be a completely moot conversation. I just know that it is multi-year. But watch Panini. Make sure they give your fan base value the same way that Parkside did. Because quite frankly, most of the people that I know and the ones that I interact with, they're not just watching NWSL. They're watching the Gamebridge Super League as well. Especially if that soccer team is in their town. And if Panini starts degrading your brand in any way, where do you think those hobby fans are going to go? Just something to think about. Well, that's all I have. Once again, welcome Panini to the NWSL hobby space. I look forward to seeing how things are going forward. And I truly hope this all works out for everybody. I'd love to hear your comments and thoughts down in the comments below. Sincerely, Bear from Honey Bear Cards. Peace.